Welcome to Daily News Brief, your clear, concise look at today's top headlines. If you find this update helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story that matters.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reposted a video featuring pastors who believe women should not be allowed to vote.
This repost on X, formerly known as Twitter, highlights Hegseth's connection to a Christian nationalist pastor with extreme views.
The video, originally a cable news network report, examines Doug Wilson, co-founder of the Communion of Reformed Evangelical Churches.
The report includes pastors from Wilson's church advocating for the repeal of women's suffrage.
One pastor even suggested that, ideally, people would vote by household.
A female congregant in the video stated that she submits to her husband.
Hegseth captioned the video with, "All of Christ for all of life."
The post garnered significant engagement, with thousands of likes and shares.
Some users agreed with the video's message, while others expressed concern over Hegseth promoting these views.
Doug Pagitt, a pastor and executive director of Vote Common Good, found these views disturbing.
He noted that these beliefs are held by small fringes of Christians and expressed concern over their amplification by Hegseth.
Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell confirmed Hegseth's affiliation with a church connected to the Communion of Reformed Evangelical Churches.
Parnell also stated that Hegseth appreciates Wilson's writings and teachings.
Hegseth previously invited his personal pastor to lead Christian prayer services at the Pentagon during work hours.
Invitations to these services were sent to Department of Defense employees and service members through government email.
In the cable news network report, Wilson expressed his desire for a Christian nation and a Christian world.
Kelly Clarkson's former husband, Brandon Blackstock, has passed away at age 48 after a private 3-year battle with melanoma.
His management company, Starstruck, released a statement confirming his passing and highlighting his courageous fight against the disease.
Melanoma, often referred to as black tumor, is the most aggressive form of skin cancer.
It claims the lives of approximately 8,000 Americans annually.
Dr. Victoria Kozlowskaja explains that many skin cancers, like basal cell carcinoma, remain localized.
However, melanoma is distinct because it can spread, or metastasize, to other parts of the body.
Dr. Adarsh Vijay Mudgil adds that melanoma cells behave differently, rapidly reaching other organs and tissues through the bloodstream and lymphatic system.
The risk of melanoma spreading depends on factors such as tumor size and stage, patient age, and other medical conditions like a weakened immune system.
Melanoma can manifest as a new mole, a changing mole, or an irregularly shaped spot with varying colors.
Dr. Mudgil recommends looking for the ABCDEs of melanoma: asymmetry, border irregularity, color variability, diameter greater than 6 millimeters, and evolution.
While self-exams are helpful, Dr. Kozlowskaja emphasizes the importance of professional evaluation, as some benign moles can appear irregular, while some melanomas may not have pigment.
Melanoma can affect people of all skin tones, but lighter skin significantly increases the risk.
The lifetime risk for white individuals is 1 in 33, compared to 1 in 1,000 for black individuals, due to differences in melanin levels.
Risk factors include lighter skin, hair, and eye color, along with a tendency to freckle or burn easily.
Age, gender, number of moles, family history, blistering sunburns, and excessive sun exposure also contribute to increased risk.
Protecting yourself from melanoma involves minimizing ultraviolet exposure, especially during peak hours.
A woman is accused of shoplifting over $100 worth of merchandise from a Publix store with a young child present.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office reported the incident occurred around 6:30 post-meridium on July 5th.
The Publix store is located at 1200 Champions Drive near Davenport, Florida.
When confronted about the theft, the suspect reportedly struck the victim twice and then pushed her.
The suspect then fled the scene in a dark-colored Wagoneer.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office emphasized the child is innocent of any crime.
2 other women accompanying the suspect may be witnesses or also involved.
They are encouraged to contact the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Anyone with information on the crime is asked to contact Detective Wyche.
Detective Wyche can be reached at area code 863-236-3900.
Information can also be provided via email to dwcarrick@polksheriff.org.
Anonymous tips can be submitted to Heartland Crime Stoppers.
To submit an anonymous tip, you can call 1-800-88 TIPS.
You can also dial star TIPS from your cell phone.
Another option is to visit heartlandcrimestoppers.com and click on Submit a Tip.
Finally, you can download the free P3 Tips app on your smartphone or tablet.
Russian aircraft manufacturers have delivered only one of their 15 planned commercial jets this year.
This is due to sanctions impacting access to foreign components and high interest rates affecting investment, according to Swiss aviation data provider CH Aviation.
Since the invasion of Ukraine, Western sanctions have restricted access to foreign aircraft and parts.
Russian airlines, with fleets largely composed of Airbus and Boeing jets, now rely on indirect import routes for crucial components.
One industry source stated that Russia lacks the component base, technology, facilities, and engineers required for aircraft production.
Rebuilding this from scratch could take years, potentially decades.
Russia relies heavily on commercial aircraft for domestic transport across its vast geography and 11 time zones.
Recent incidents, such as the crash of a Soviet-era Antonov An-24 and a cyber attack on Aeroflot, highlight the urgent need to maintain the existing fleet.
The aviation sector is part of a larger industrial slowdown, with factory output contracting significantly in July.
High interest rates have contributed to this slowdown, impacting car production, the coal sector, and commodity exports.
In 2021, Russia added 52 new commercial aircraft to its fleet, including Airbus, Boeing, and Sukhoi superjets.
Since then, only 13 new planes have been added, mostly superjets and one Tupolev Tu-214.
The government has repeatedly revised its production goals downward due to high interest rates and financing challenges.
Rostec, the state conglomerate overseeing aircraft production, has struggled to meet deadlines for the Superjet 100, Tupolev Tu-214, Ilyushin, and the new Yakovlev MC-21.
The MC-21, built with Russian-made parts, is heavier and less efficient than the version with imported parts, making airlines hesitant to adopt it.
Serial production of the MC-21, SJ-100, and Illinois 114 jets is now slated to begin in 2026, 2 years later than planned.
A woman was arrested for allegedly stealing over $1,000 worth of merchandise from a grocery store.
The suspect, Sabrina Farron, age 25, of Costa Mesa, was identified by the Irvine Police Department.
On July 27th, the woman entered a Whole Foods market on Irvine Center Drive in Irvine.
She loaded supplements and probiotics into her shopping cart.
She is accused of scanning only several items at the self-checkout.
She then left with over $1,000 of unpaid merchandise.
Police identified Farron as the suspect after receiving public tips.
She was arrested for grand theft on August 7th.
The incident took place at a Whole Foods market on Irvine Center Drive.
The stolen merchandise consisted of supplements and probiotics.
The stolen goods were valued at over $1,000.
Sabrina Farron is 25 years old and resides in Costa Mesa.
The Irvine Police Department investigated and apprehended the suspect.
Contact Investigator Voigt at svoit@cityofirvine.org with information.
A B-2 Spirit crash at Whiteman Air Force Base resulted in over $300 million in damages due to a landing gear malfunction.
During a December 2022 training mission, the B-2 experienced a hydraulic system failure upon landing.
This failure caused the bomber to skid down the runway before catching fire.
The accident investigation report details that the left landing gear collapsed upon touchdown.
This collapse caused the left wingtip to scrape the ground, leading to fuel leakage and fire.
Fortunately, no injuries were reported among the crew.
Following the incident, Air Force Global Strike Command temporarily suspended B-2 flights.
Full flight operations resumed on May 22, 2023.
The July report provides details surrounding the 2022 crash, which closed the runway.
This incident also restricted the stealth bomber's full flight operations for over 5 months.
The B-2 bombers were temporarily grounded following the crash for a safety investigation.
The report estimates over $300 million in damage to the aircraft's left wing and landing gear.
Colonel Jesse Lamarand attributed the mishap to a failed hydraulic coupling.
The report also identified a design vulnerability in the main landing gear.
A new study indicates that avoiding ultra-processed foods can significantly improve weight loss and reduce cancer risk.
Study participants eating minimally processed foods lost twice as much weight as those consuming ultra-processed foods.
Ultra-processed foods undergo extensive processing and contain additives, preservatives, high sodium, and unhealthy fats.
The study linked ultra-processed food to higher risks of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and obesity.
In the trial, the ultra-processed food group included items like breakfast cereal, granola bars, and instant noodles.
The minimally processed food group received meals like overnight oats with fruit and freshly made chicken salad.
While processing levels differed, researchers ensured similar calorie, fat, fiber, and micronutrient content in both diets.
Participants lost weight on both diets, but the minimally processed food group lost 2% of body weight compared to 1%.
This translates to a potential weight loss of 9 to 13% versus 4 to 5% over a year.
The minimally processed food diet resulted in more fat loss and fewer cravings.
Researchers suggest choosing whole foods and cooking offers benefits for body weight and health.
Some weight loss difference may be because ultra-processed foods are engineered to be hyper-palatable.
Despite health risks, ultra-processed foods can be difficult to avoid due to convenience.
Participants rated the minimally processed food lower in taste, suggesting they ate less.
Baby boomer leaders are increasingly choosing millennials over Generation X for chief executive officer positions.
This trend is evident in the declining proportion of Generation X chief executive officers in the Russell 3000.
Meanwhile, the number of millennial chief executive officers has risen.
Companies like Red Lobster, Lime, and Kickstarter have all appointed millennial chief executive officers recently.
While Generation X represents the largest proportion of chief executive officers, their opportunities are shrinking.
Baby boomers are bypassing Generation X, promoting millennials directly into leadership roles.
This shift is largely attributed to the growing importance of artificial intelligence in business.
Millennials generally possess the digital skills needed to implement and manage artificial intelligence technologies.
The percentage of chief executive officers aged 60 and above has increased since 2017.
Simultaneously, the percentage of chief executive officers in their 30s and 40s has also grown.
However, the percentage of chief executive officers in their 50s has decreased during the same period.
Experts believe that artificial intelligence proficiency is a key factor in these leadership transitions.
Most companies are integrating artificial intelligence into their operations.
Millennials are more likely to embrace and utilize artificial intelligence tools compared to older generations.
A 2024 Randstad report found that 50% of millennials use generative artificial intelligence at work.
In contrast, only 34% of Generation X and 19% of baby boomers use generative artificial intelligence.
Millennials are also more optimistic about artificial intelligence, with 55% expressing positive views.
This compares to 37% of Generation X and 36% of baby boomers.
A recent incident involved a car colliding with an Amazon delivery truck.
The driver of the Amazon truck was reportedly still inside the vehicle at the time of the collision.
Details about the circumstances leading to the crash are still emerging.
Authorities are investigating the cause of the accident and will release information when it becomes available.
The condition of the delivery driver has not yet been publicly disclosed.
It is also unclear whether the driver of the car sustained any injuries.
Eyewitnesses are being interviewed to gather more information about the event.
This incident raises concerns about the safety of delivery drivers.
Amazon has not yet released an official statement regarding the incident.
The company is likely cooperating with the ongoing investigation.
Further updates will be provided as the situation develops.
It is important to exercise caution while driving near delivery vehicles.
Delivery drivers often work long hours and face various road hazards.
We should all prioritize road safety and be mindful of other drivers.
More information will be shared once it is released by official sources.
Stay tuned for updates on this developing story.
Authorities are investigating the death of fashion designer Martha Nolan Oslatara.
She was found dead on a boat at the Montauk Yacht Club on Long Island.
The Suffolk County Police Department released an update on August 6th.
An autopsy performed did not show evidence of violence, but the final cause of death is pending.
East Hampton Town Police arrived at the scene around midnight on August 5th. after receiving a 911 call.
A man who found the 33-year-old designer's body made the call.
CPR was administered, but she was pronounced dead at the scene.
The Montauk Yacht Club is cooperating with the ongoing investigation.
Nolan Oslatara's brand, East by East, had a summer pop-up location near the marina.
The brand sells swimsuits, resort wear, and accessories.
The Manhattan-based, Ireland-born entrepreneur created her company as an homage to summer.
Her brand tagline was "Built in the City, Made for the Sun."
She explained in a TikTok video that this resonated with people who work hard but dream of the sun.
Nolan Oslatara was raised in Carlow, Ireland, and moved to New York City to pursue fashion.
She founded East by East in 2022, focusing on sustainable materials.
In April 2024, she reiterated the brand's focus on the city and the sun.
Just weeks before her death, she celebrated opening an East by East pop-up shop in the Hamptons.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.
Subway, founded in 1965 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, was once incredibly popular for its customizable and affordable sub sandwiches.
The chain grew to almost 20,000 locations in the United States and over 37,000 worldwide.
However, Subway has been losing market share and closing stores since 2015.
In 2024 alone, 631 locations closed, indicating a shift in consumer preferences.
While Subway was previously known for its affordability, prices have increased significantly.
Footlongs, once a $5 staple, can now cost up to $15.
Consumers are realizing that for a similar price, they can have a better dining experience elsewhere.
Competitors like Jersey Mike's are capitalizing on this, experiencing significant growth while Subway declines.
Jersey Mike's saw 13% growth in the first quarter of 2024 and continues to expand.
Subway has also faced criticism for the quality of its ingredients.
Franchisees have complained about the condition of vegetables and other ingredients.
Subway has long promoted itself as a healthy fast food option, even capitalizing on the Subway diet trend.
However, many of their sandwiches are high in sodium, sugar, and saturated fat.
The chain has been plagued by lawsuits, including one about insufficient meat in sandwiches.
Subway has also struggled with ineffective promotions, some even being withdrawn due to poor results.
Franchisees have also expressed dissatisfaction, particularly regarding the introduction of meat slicers.
The sale of Subway to Roark Capital in 2024 marked a shift from its family-run image.
The association with former spokesperson Jared Fogle and his subsequent legal troubles further damaged Subway's public image.
China recently conducted its first test of a new lunar lander.
This lander is designed to eventually carry Chinese astronauts to the moon before the year 2030.
The test took place in Hebei province at a site designed to simulate the lunar surface.
The simulated environment included special coatings to mimic lunar soil reflectivity, along with rocks and craters.
China Manned Space described the test as a critical milestone in their lunar exploration program.
The lander, called Lenyu, which means embrace the moon, has multiple functions.
It will transport astronauts between lunar orbit and the moon's surface.
It will also function as a living space, a power source, and a data center on the moon.
While China has kept details of its manned moon landing program largely secret, this test comes at a significant time.
The United States is currently working to address the rapid advancements of China's space program.
National Aeronautics and Space Administration is planning its Artemis program to send astronauts around the moon in 2026.
A subsequent moon landing mission is planned for a year later.
China has already achieved success with uncrewed lunar missions in recent years.
They are the only nation to retrieve lunar samples from both the near and far side of the moon.
These missions have generated interest from various international space agencies and universities.
A successful manned landing before 2030 would significantly advance China's plans for the International Lunar Research Station.
Palantir Chief Executive Officer Alex Karp, despite having 3 degrees, has expressed his disillusionment with higher education.
During the company earnings call, he devalued degrees from elite universities like Harvard and Yale, claiming they hold little weight at Palantir.
He stated that working at Palantir is the best credential in the technology industry.
With Generation Z facing job market challenges and student loan debt, many question the value of a degree.
Some business leaders, including Michael Bush, Chief Executive Officer of Great Place to Work, agree, stating that skills are now prioritized over degrees.
Karp echoed this sentiment, emphasizing that a Palantir employee is a Palantirian regardless of their educational background.
He believes Palantir offers a unique credential that transcends class and background.
Karp reiterated that a career at Palantir guarantees success in the tech field.
Palantir achieved record revenue of $1 billion last quarter, a 48% year-over-year increase.
The company is now valued at approximately $430 billion, with a stock increase of nearly 600% over the past year.
Karp attributes Palantir's success to its workforce focused on impactful work, not educational prestige.
Chief Technology Officer Shyam Sankar, who recently became a billionaire, agreed, stating Palantir attracts individuals driven by meaningful contributions.
Palantir is not just talking about educational reform, they are actively supporting alternatives.
Karp, along with co-founders Peter Thiel and Joe Lonsdale, support the University of Austin, a new institution emphasizing free speech and an anti-woke philosophy.
This university represents a departure from traditional educational models.
It reflects Palantir's commitment to fostering a different kind of talent development.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is demanding action after State Farm announced a 27% average increase in homeowners insurance rates this August.
WBBM confirmed this price hike after receiving an email from State Farm, who attributed the increase to declining profits.
State Farm claims they spent $1.26 for every dollar received in premiums in 2024.
However, Governor Pritzker expressed concern, stating that State Farm is unfairly shifting out-of-state costs onto Illinois homeowners.
He believes State Farm's catastrophe loss numbers are inconsistent with the Illinois Department of Insurance's analysis.
State Farm also attributes the price hikes to the increased frequency of severe weather events.
Illinois reportedly had the second highest number of hail damage claims in 2024, after Texas.
While severe weather is not unusual, scientific consensus attributes increasing severity to rising global temperatures.
Continuously rising premiums could make essential expenses unaffordable for many people.
Governor Pritzker has called on the Illinois Department of Insurance and the General Assembly to take action.
He hopes legislative and regulatory actions will lower insurance rates for Illinois homeowners.
Major oil and gas companies are largely responsible for creating pollution that exacerbates these issues.
Advocating for change and supporting laws that reduce pollution is one way to address this problem.
Discussing these issues with your community can help create awareness and promote action.
Citizens are encouraged to support initiatives that reduce pollution and protect communities.
Addressing the root causes of climate change is crucial to mitigating the impact of severe weather events.
A recent wargame simulation in Singapore explored the hypothetical scenario of a Chinese blockade of Taiwan.
This exercise focused on the evacuation of Southeast Asian nationals from Taiwan during such a crisis.
Approximately 40 participants, including current and former officials and military officers, took part in this two-day simulation.
The simulation explored various strategies, including unified action through the Association of Southeast Asian Nations.
Participants also simulated negotiations with the United States, China, and Japan to establish evacuation corridors.
A key finding of the simulation was the critical role of Singapore in any large-scale evacuation effort.
Singapore, with its established security presence in Taiwan, was depicted as having access to airfields and aircraft vital for evacuation.
The specifics of how Singapore would negotiate safe passage through a Chinese blockade were not fully explored in the exercise.
This exercise highlights the growing concern about potential conflict over Taiwan.
Such a conflict could have far-reaching implications for the Asia-Pacific region and beyond.
While the simulation did not represent official policies, it incorporated the known positions of several governments.
These included countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, in addition to Singapore, China, Taiwan, and the United States.
The large number of Southeast Asian nationals residing in Taiwan underscores the importance of evacuation planning.
Singapore's Ministry of Defense stated it was not officially involved in the workshop.
China reiterated its opposition to countries maintaining official relations with Taiwan, including military cooperation.
The International Institute for Strategic Studies, which organized the exercise, stated participants attended in private capacities.
Engineers have designed a spacecraft called Chrysalis for a one-way trip to Alpha Centauri.
This spacecraft could carry up to 2,400 people on a journey of approximately 400 years.
The destination is Proxima Centauri b, an Earth-size exoplanet thought to be potentially habitable.
Chrysalis is designed to house multiple generations during the 400-year journey to Alpha Centauri.
The project won first place in the Project Hyperion design competition.
This competition challenges teams to design hypothetical multi-generational ships for interstellar travel.
Before boarding, initial generations would live in an isolated Antarctic environment for 70 to 80 years.
This is to ensure psychological well-being and adaptation to isolated conditions before the journey.
The 36-mile-long vessel would be built in a layered structure around a central core.
These layers would include communal spaces, farms, gardens, homes, warehouses, and other facilities.
The core houses the shuttles for reaching Proxima Centauri b and the communication equipment.
The innermost layer is dedicated to food production, including plants, fungi, microbes, insects, and livestock.
The second layer provides communal spaces such as parks, schools, hospitals, and libraries.
The next layer holds individual dwellings equipped with air circulation and heat exchangers.
The fourth layer contains facilities for industries like recycling, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing.
The outermost layer serves as a warehouse for resources, materials, equipment, and machinery, likely managed by robots.
Many millionaires are seeking safer havens for their money due to global economic instability caused by conflict and trade wars.
This phenomenon is known as the Great Wealth Migration, with countries like Montenegro, the United Arab Emirates, and Malta experiencing a significant influx of millionaires.
This year, approximately 142,000 millionaires are expected to relocate, seeking better opportunities and financial stability.
While established destinations like Switzerland, the United States, and the United Arab Emirates remain popular, an Eastern European nation is emerging as a millionaire hotspot.
Montenegro has seen a remarkable 124% increase in its millionaire population over the past decade.
According to the Henley Private Wealth Migration Report 2025, Montenegro now boasts around 2,800 millionaires.
The nation benefited from its former Investment for Citizenship program, often referred to as a golden passport.
Montenegro is attractive due to its location in Europe and its fiscal flexibility.
Dominic Volek, group head of private clients at Henley & Partners, highlighted Montenegro's low tax regime, including flat income taxes and no inheritance or gift tax.
He also emphasized the country's appealing Mediterranean lifestyle and luxurious real estate offerings along the Adriatic coastline.
The upcoming year is projected to witness even more millionaire migration, with an estimated 165,000 individuals relocating globally.
Geopolitical instability, macroeconomic challenges, and sociopolitical fragmentation are driving this trend.
This increased desire to migrate among the ultra-rich is being called the Great Wealth Migration.
Global investors are increasingly considering political risks when making decisions about where to live and invest.
Volek explained that as major powers become more involved in global affairs, political risks are becoming even more significant.
These factors contribute to the ongoing shift in wealth and population distribution worldwide.
Recent tariffs imposed by the United States government are impacting India's garment manufacturers.
United States buyers are urging companies to either absorb the increased costs or relocate production.
Pearl Global, a garment maker with United States clients like Gap and Kohl's, is facing pressure to move production.
To address this, Pearl Global is considering utilizing its factories in other countries.
These countries include Bangladesh, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Guatemala.
Initially, lower tariffs proposed for India were seen as a growth opportunity.
However, with worsening relations, India now faces a 50% tariff.
This is significantly higher than the 20% tariff on Bangladesh and Vietnam.
Pearl Global receives approximately half of its business from the United States.
Some United States clients have suggested sharing the tariff burden.
However, Pearl Global's managing director, Pala Banerjee, states this is not feasible.
The 50% United States tariff has shocked both buyers and suppliers.
They are considering moving manufacturing to other countries, including Ethiopia and Nepal.
Some exporters report that United States clients have paused orders.
The Indian government has expressed disapproval of these tariffs.
India's garment sector was already facing challenges like labor shortages.
Shifting production would also negatively impact Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Make in India initiative.
While Pearl Global has alternative production sites, other exporters are more vulnerable.
A common human papillomavirus, known as beta-HPV, was previously thought to contribute to skin cancer only by exacerbating ultraviolet damage.
However, new research suggests it can directly drive cancer growth by hijacking the body's cells.
This discovery stems from the case of a 34-year-old woman with recurring cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma, or CSCC, on her forehead.
Despite immunotherapy and surgeries, her tumors persisted, leading to a closer genetic analysis.
Surprisingly, the analysis revealed that beta-HPV had integrated itself into the deoxyribonucleic acid of the woman's tumor.
There, it produced viral proteins that fueled the cancer's growth.
This is the first time beta-HPV has been observed integrating into cellular deoxyribonucleic acid and actively maintaining a cancer.
Immunologist Andrea Lisko from the United States National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases notes, this suggests there may be more people with aggressive CSCC and underlying immune defects who could benefit from immune-targeting treatments.
The woman in the study had an inherited immune disorder preventing her T cells from attacking the human papillomavirus.
While her immune system could still repair ultraviolet radiation damage, the typical cause of CSCC, the impaired T cells allowed beta-HPV to invade skin cells and trigger cancer formation.
She also had other human papillomavirus-related illnesses, including warts.
Following the discovery, she received a bone marrow stem cell transplant to replace her dysfunctional T cells.
This successfully cleared the skin cancer and other human papillomavirus-related issues, which did not return during a 3-year follow-up.
Lisko emphasizes the collaborative effort of virologists, immunologists, oncologists, and transplant specialists in this success.
While ultraviolet radiation remains a key cause of skin cancer, this study highlights other contributing factors.
In rare cases like this, benign viruses can have devastating consequences for those with weakened immune systems.
A man who illegally dumped a large amount of waste on a rural lane is going to face trial.
This waste totaled 27 tons and blocked access for local residents.
The incident occurred on a small country road.
The dumped material trapped residents, preventing them from using the lane.
The amount of waste is equivalent to the weight of several elephants.
This illegal dumping is known as fly tipping.
Fly tipping has significant environmental and social consequences.
It can pollute land and waterways and create hazards for people and wildlife.
The man responsible for this incident will appear in court.
He will face charges related to environmental regulations.
The trial will determine the consequences for his actions.
Illegal dumping carries substantial penalties, including fines and potential imprisonment.
This case highlights the seriousness of fly tipping.
It also underscores the importance of responsible waste disposal practices.
Authorities are working to prevent future incidents of this nature.
They encourage the public to report any suspicious activity.
The United States Air Force will deny early retirement to transgender service members with 15 to 18 years of service.
These service members will be separated without retirement benefits, facing a choice between a separation payment or removal.
An Air Force spokesperson confirmed that no exceptions to this policy were approved, despite some service members receiving premature notification of potential retirement.
A memo indicated that the decision was made after careful consideration of individual applications.
All transgender Air Force members are being separated under the Trump administration policies.
This follows the Supreme Court allowing the Pentagon to proceed with a ban on transgender troops.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a policy offering transgender troops a separation payout or involuntary separation.
While the Pentagon aimed to treat those impacted with dignity and respect, transgender troops have found the separation process dehumanizing.
The process includes reverting service records to birth gender, causing distress among affected individuals.
A lawyer specializing in LGBTQ+ employment discrimination anticipates lawsuits challenging this decision.
Early retirement is typically available to all members with over 15 years of service, making this policy seem arbitrary and cruel.
Other service branches are expected to follow the Air Force precedent.
Master Sergeant Logan Ireland, with 15 years of service including a deployment to Afghanistan, feels betrayed and devastated by this policy.
He learned of his retirement denial from his chain of command, who delivered the news with tears in their eyes.
As of December 9, 2024, 4,240 troops were diagnosed with gender dysphoria, which the Pentagon uses to identify transgender troops.
However, not all transgender individuals have this condition, suggesting the actual number of transgender troops may be higher.
A Peoria, Arizona man was scammed out of his life savings after receiving a fraudulent text message appearing to be from his bank.
The message inquired about a Best Buy purchase and prompted him to call a provided number, which connected him with the scammer.
The scammer convinced the man, identified only as Dave, that his account was compromised by a bank employee.
Following the scammer's instructions, Dave withdrew $27,000, his entire life savings, in cash.
He then deposited the money into the scammer's account via a link provided by the scammer and accessed through his Apple Wallet.
When Dave contacted Bank of America the next day, he was told there was nothing they could do.
However, local law enforcement intervened, and a detective was able to freeze the scammer's accounts.
Detective Michael Finney described how the scammer turned Dave's phone into a weapon by using the Apple Wallet for the fraudulent transfer.
After 5 months, Detective Finney recovered approximately 90% of Dave's stolen money.
He emphasized the importance of reporting such crimes within 72 hours for a higher chance of recovery.
Detective Finney advises never responding directly to unsolicited bank communication.
Instead, contact your bank using the number on your card to verify any suspicious activity.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation also recommends avoiding clicking on links in unsolicited messages.
Setting up multi-factor authentication and being cautious about sharing personal information online are also crucial.
Digital payment scams are also on the rise, with fraudsters exploiting technologies like Apple Pay.
One common scam involves receiving unsolicited payments from stolen cards, followed by a request to return the money.
The Lee and Elk wildfires near Meeker, Colorado, have grown to over 75,000 acres combined, as of August 8.
Neither fire in Rio Blanco County is contained, and weather conditions are expected to contribute to significant fire growth.
Wildfires in Colorado have burned at least 1,100 acres this summer, according to reports.
Smoke from the fires has prompted air quality health advisories in several counties, including Rio Blanco, Moffett, and Dolores.
The Lee Fire, the largest in Colorado this year, has reached over 60,000 acres.
The nearby Elk Fire has grown to over 14,000 acres.
Over 500 personnel are fighting the blazes, utilizing aircraft, engines, hand crews, and heavy equipment.
The National Guard has also been mobilized to assist in the firefighting efforts.
Strategic firing has been employed to combat the Lee Fire, but further growth is anticipated due to red flag conditions.
A community meeting was held in Meeker on August 6 to discuss the fires and potential evacuations.
The LaRue Fire has reached 195 acres, but is 72% contained, with full containment expected by August 12.
Evacuated residents have been allowed to return home but remain on pre-evacuation status.
The Stoner Mesa Fire in the San Juan National Forest has grown to over 800 acres and remains uncontained.
Weather conditions and available fuel suggest potential for further growth of the Stoner Mesa Fire.
The 12 Fire in Moffett County has grown to over 4,000 acres and is 20% contained.
Crews are actively working to suppress this fire and other earlier Colorado wildfires.
The United States government has increased the reward for the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to $50 million.
He is accused of narco-terrorism and conspiring to import cocaine into the United States.
Attorney General Pam Bondi stated that Maduro will be held accountable for his crimes.
Maduro was indicted in Manhattan federal court in 2020 on federal charges.
The initial reward for his arrest was $15 million.
The Biden administration later increased it to $25 million.
Despite the reward, Maduro remains in power after his 2024 re-election.
The United States, European Union, and several Latin American governments condemned his re-election.
Recently, the Trump administration negotiated the release of 10 Americans jailed in Caracas.
This was in exchange for Venezuela receiving migrants deported by the United States.
The White House also allowed United States oil producer Chevron to resume drilling in Venezuela.
Bondi stated that the Justice Department has seized over $700 million in assets linked to Maduro.
This includes 2 private jets and nearly 7 tons of seized cocaine.
Venezuelan Foreign Minister Iván Gil called the reward pathetic and accused Bondi of political propaganda.
He referenced the backlash Bondi faced regarding a non-existent client list of Jeffrey Epstein.
Gil dismissed Bondi's announcement as a desperate distraction.
Republican Representative Carlos Jimenez introduced a resolution to remove Illinois Representative Delia Ramirez from the House Homeland Security Committee.
This action stems from comments Representative Ramirez made at the Pan American Congress in Mexico City during the August recess.
At the Congress, Representative Ramirez stated, "I am a proud Guatemalan before I am an American."
This statement generated significant backlash on social media platforms.
Representative Jimenez told cable news network he believes Representative Ramirez's conduct is unbecoming of a member of Congress.
Representative Jimenez's resolution is privileged, guaranteeing a full House vote in September.
Representative Jimenez, originally from Cuba, stated his allegiance to the United States.
He emphasized that declaring allegiance to another nation disqualifies a representative from serving on the Homeland Security Committee.
Representative Ramirez responded that she anticipated this reaction.
She identifies as the most progressive member of the Homeland Security Committee.
She also stated she was the first to call for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's resignation.
Representative Ramirez suggested criticism stems from her stance on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
She vowed to continue using her heritage and experience to defend American rights.
Representative Ramirez clarified that honoring her Guatemalan ancestry strengthens her commitment to America.
She drew parallels to other representatives who identify with their ancestral backgrounds.
Representative Ramirez is not the only Democrat potentially facing removal from the committee.
A family in Spokane, Washington, encountered 3 mooses in their yard.
The moose stayed for a couple of hours, eating and resting.
Carrie Ann Kramer was home with her 2 daughters and their cat.
The moose were close to the house, even approaching the fruit trees.
Carrie Ann tried to shoo them away by banging on the window, but it did not work.
Her daughter used a long polyvinyl chloride pipe to make a loud noise, which finally scared the moose away.
While this encounter was harmless, wildlife in urban areas can be problematic.
Such situations can lead to authorities euthanizing animals that become too used to humans.
Human development encroaches on wild land and habitat, leading to more human-animal encounters.
The human population has grown dramatically, increasing pressure on wildlife habitats.
Human activities like logging and deep-sea trawling disrupt ecosystems.
Human-wildlife conflict affects people too, especially those dependent on natural resources.
The United Nations Environment Program recognizes this as a development and humanitarian issue.
Maintaining healthy ecosystems is crucial for a sustainable future.
Successful coexistence strategies involve education and solutions benefiting affected communities.
Even simple solutions, like wildlife bridges, can make a difference.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.